Hey, SKOL Vikings faithful. What's up, Purple Pride Warriors? This is your die-hard Vikings fan, straight from the heart of Minnesota, breaking down the latest from Vikings News HQ. Can you believe it? We're staring down the barrel of another gut-wrenching chapter in this nightmare 2025 season, and it's got me pacing like a caged wolf. But hold up, before we dive into the purple abyss, imagine this. The one constant in our Vikings world, those rock-solid WILFS brothers, Zygi and Mark, nowhere to be seen on the sideline. Yeah, you heard that right. Absent. Vanished. Like ghosts in the mist at Lumen Field. What does that mean for our beloved team? Stick with me because this Vikings news update is about to unpack the red flags waving higher than the flags on our penalties. Who's ready to rant and rally? Drop your thoughts below. Let's turn this frustration into fire. The Minnesota Vikings are sitting at a dismal 4-8, folks, and if that doesn't sting like a frozen tundra wind, I don't know what does. We're talking about a season that's dredging up nightmares from the history books, the infamous 1984 disaster under Les Steckel, where we limped to a 3-13 record so bad they had to drag Bud Grant out of retirement like a purple superhero. Fast forward to now, and it's déjà vu all over again. Our offense? It's sputtering like an old snowmobile in a blizzard, averaging just 18.7 points per game, dead last in the league for explosiveness. We've got talent. Justin Jefferson's still a beast with 1,200 yards already. But without a steady hand at the helm, it's all smoke and no fire. And that 26-0 shutout loss to the Seattle Seahawks? Oof, it wasn't just the score. It was the soul-crushing dominance that left us questioning everything. SKOL or sink? Tell me in the comments, are we closer to rock bottom or just scraping the edges? But here's where my Vikings heart starts pounding with real worry, brothers and sisters. Amid the wreckage of that Seahawks bloodbath, our fourth straight L, by the way, something weirder than a Sam Darnold deep ball happened off the field. The WILFS, Zygi and Mark, the family that's poured billions into US Bank Stadium and our Super Bowl dreams, weren't pacing the sidelines pregame. For the first time in 2 decades of ownership, no purple royalty in sight. Paul Allen, our voice of the Vikings for 26 seasons, dropped this bomb on his Monday radio show, and it's echoing louder than a Kirk Cousins audible. In all the times I've traced those sidelines, he said, voice steady but eyes wide, 2 hours and 15 minutes before kickoff down to 1 hour and 10, I didn't see a single WILF. Chills, right? It's like the captain abandoning ship before the storm hits. What do you think, fam? Is this the calm before a total overhaul? Paul Allen's been our sideline sentinel since before the WILFs even stepped in back in 2005, calling plays while they built this empire from the ashes of Red McComb's cheap era. 20 straight years, and he's the only one with that eagle-eye view. No one else in the organization has that longevity to spot the anomalies. So when he says it's peculiar, it's not just chatter. It's a flare gun in the night. Don't kill the messenger, Allen chuckled on air. But you could hear the edge, like he's tiptoeing around a landmine. He almost dropped a zinger about the future of his 9 to noon slot, something so spicy it might have gotten him benched. But the kicker? If I'm within the walls of TCO Performance Center, I take notice. And yesterday, none of them were down there. Boom. That's not absenteeism. That's a statement. In Vikings news circles, this is the stuff that keeps GMs up at night. Have you ever noticed those little details in our games? Hit the comments. What's the strangest Vikings vibe you've caught? Zooming out, this absence hits different because the WILFs aren't the type to ghost. They're the guys who greenlit the gleaming TCO Center, who chase Super Bowls like it's personal. But with us hemorrhaging games, 4 in a row now, points against piling up like snowdrifts, it's fueling whispers of internal boiling points. Remember, we've invested heavy. Top draft picks, free agent splashes, all for that Lombardi gleam. Yet here we are, 4-8, offense ranking 28th in scoring, defense holding the line but cracking under the weight. That Seahawks shutout? Seattle's defeasted, sacking our QB 5 times, picking off 2 passes. It's not just losing. It's the how, the lack of fight, the predictable plays. Fans, does this feel like 1984 2.0 to you? Or am I overreacting? Let's debate. What's the one fix that turns this ship around? Your take could be the spark we need. Now, let's get raw about the elephant in the huddle. Our quarterback Carousel that's spinning faster than a Brian Flores blitz. J.J. McCarthy, our golden boy from last year's draft, was supposed to be the future Michigan Magic in purple. But kids struggling hard. 54% completion. 6 TDs to 10 picks in 6 starts. Gutting us like a Lake Minnetonka walleye. Then we yanked in Carson Wentz for a desperation spin. The old gunslinger who lit it up in Philly days but fizzled here with just 6 scores in 5 relief gigs. And don't get me started on Max Brosmer, the undrafted rookie we scooped for depth. He's got arm talent but zero poise under fire. This merry-go-round has cost us at least 4 winnable games, turning potentials into pains. SKOL Nation, who's your QB crush right now? McCarthy forever, or time to shop the portal? Sound off. That QB instability isn't abstract. It's the dagger in our dreams. McCarthy's rookie walls are real. He's throwing into double coverage like he's daring the ghosts of 1998 to haunt him. Wentz brought vet savvy but zero magic. Sacked 12 times in his cameos. Fumbling twice in clutch spots. Brosmer, bright eyes, but against Seattle's front, he looked like a deer in headlights, completing just 11 of 22 for 89 yards before we pulled the plug. Stats don't lie. Our passing game's at a franchise-worst 192 yards per game, down from Darnold's fireworks last year that got us to 14-3. No stability means no rhythm, no explosion, just frustration bubbling over from Jefferson, who's dropping F-bombs post-game about wanting to win now. Heartbreaking, right? As a fan who's bled purple since the 80s, this carousel's killing me. What's your breaking point with this QB mess? Share below, we're in this trenches together. Shifting gears to the bigger picture, this WILF no-show screams, changes brewing. And history's got receipts. Across the NFL, owner absences often precede fireworks. Think Jerry Jones vanishing before Dallas' 2010 purge, or the Kraft family's sideline drought signaling Belichick's end in New England. For us, with resources like our shiny facilities and cap space, a 4-8 slide is unacceptable. Internal frustrations leaking out, quiet but fierce. They crave that Super Bowl ring, not excuses. Paul Allen nailed it. If the WILFs aren't visible, heads might roll from the top down. Coaches, GMs, maybe even that QB room gets a full remodel. It's not panic. It's pattern recognition. Vikings fans, have you seen this movie before? What's the one change you'd demand if you're Zygi? Let's crowdsource the revolution. Diving deeper into the dysfunction, that Seahawks massacre wasn't just a loss. It was a clinic in our cracks. Seattle owned the lines, outrushing us 180-62, forcing 3-and-outs on 7 drives. Our D bent but didn't break early, holding Geno Smith under 200 yards. But offense? Zilch. 0 points, 0 hope. It's the 4th straight defeat, dropping us to 4-8 and burying playoff dreams deeper than a North Star winter. Comparisons to '84 aren't hyperbole. Steckel's squad had 0 identity. Ours has talent but no glue. The WILFs built this to contend, not crumble. So why the sideline vanishing act? Allen's radar's pinging trouble, and as fans, we're right there with him. Tell me, Purple Army, rate this season's pain on a scale of 1 to burn it down. Your stories fuel my fire. As we peel back the layers, the QB woes tie straight into this ownership enigma. Without a signal caller who can sling it to Addison or Jefferson without wobbling, we're dead in the water. McCarthy's got the tools. Arm like a cannon, feet quick as a fox. But reads? Still green. Wentz's experience? Wasted on a line that's surrendered 38 sacks. League worst. Brosmer's a wild card, but starting him feels like punting on the future. And now, with WILF's MIA, whispers of a draft night splash or trade for a vet like Daniel Jones, who knows our system, are swirling in Vikings news feeds. It's a pressure cooker, and that absence? The steam escaping. Fans, if you were GM Kwesi, who's your QB target? Dream big in the comments. The ripple effects of this 4-8 funk are brutal. Locker room morale's dipping, with reports of heated film sessions and Jefferson eyeing the exit whispers. But the WILFs? They've been our steady Eddie since '05, turning a laughingstock into contenders. Their no-show against Seattle feels like a vote of no confidence. A silent, fix it or else. Paul Allen's 26 years give him cred no analyst has. When he flags it, we listen. Could this spark a coach shuffle, like Flores getting more reins or O'Connell on the hot seat? Or deeper, a full front office flush? It's speculative. But in the NFL, silence from owners is seldom neutral. SKOL Squad, what's got you most anxious about potential shakeups? Vent it out. We're stronger united. Peering ahead, this Vikings news bombshell has me equal parts terrified and tantalized. A 4-8 record with 4 losses on the trot. It's a clarion call for reinvention. The 84 parallels sting Bud Grant's recall-saved face, but we need more than nostalgia now. QB carousels spun us dizzy, costing wins we could have banked for pride alone. But the WILF absence? That's the X factor, the unseen hand pulling strings. Allen's observation isn't gossip. It's gospel from the guy who's seen it all. As we monitor this, remember, we've risen from worse, like that 2016 moonshot. What's your bold prediction for the offseason? Trade up for Shedeur Sanders? Hit reply. Your vision keeps the faith alive. Tying it back to the trenches, that Seahawks shellacking exposed every flaw. Penalties galore, 12 for 98 yards, drops from skill guys, and a run game gassed at 3.2 yards per carry. Offense managed 187 total yards, embarrassing. Defense? Solid 3 sacks but couldn't bail out the O. It's the WILFS investment clashing with reality, and their sideline skip signals accountability's coming. In 20 years, they've never been this quiet. Means business. Fans, does this motivate you to rally harder or wave the white flag? I'm all in for the fight. How about you? Let's build that energy in the comments section. As the dust settles on this 4-8 quagmire, the QB saga remains our Achilles heel. McCarthy's youth versus Wentz's grit versus Brosmer's upside. None's clicked. With a collective 82.4 passer rating, bottom 5 league-wide. Last year's Darnold magic feels like ancient history. Now he's torching it with Seattle. That carousel's not just turnover. It's turmoil, eroding trust. Pair it with WILF invisibility, and you've got a franchise at the crossroads. Paul Allen's sideline scan? A wake-up siren. Vikings Nation? Who's the one move that saves our soul? A line rebuild? QB vet? Spill it, we're brainstorming together. Looking at the horizon, this news from Vikings News isn't doom. It's a detour to destiny. We've got assets, Jefferson's extension, young studs like McCarthy, and history of rebounds. The 84 low-birth legends. Maybe this forges ours. But ignoring the WILF signal? Recipe for regret. Internal frustration's real, they want banners, not excuses, and changes loom large. Wholesale or pinpoint, it's coming. As your passionate guide through the purple storm, I'm hyped to watch it unfold. What's your gut on the biggest shift? Comment now. Your voice echoes in Egan, wrapping this whirlwind. The 4-8 reality, QB chaos, and WILF vanishing act form a perfect purple storm. Paul Allen's eagle, I spotted the anomaly that's got us all buzzing. First time in 20 years. Folks, it's not just concern. It's catalyst. With 4 straight LS and offense in the cellar, we're primed for pivot. But hey, that's the Vikings way. Endure, evolve, explode. SKOL believers, if this fired you up, smash that like button, drop your hottest takes below, subscribe for daily Vikings news drops, and share this with your fellow purple diehards. Who's with me? Let's turn worry into warrior mode. Next stop, victory. Purple reign forever.